Perfect. Did it go? I think so. So we're back today, guys. Today, another Wednesday. Do another word game with you guys. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. Do something fun. So, not Juliet today, unfortunately. She had something to do. But luckily enough, I'm here to make up for it. So, hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. It's another day back in paradise. It's been a great day so far. We have a beautiful day out. We've had a beautiful week already, and it's gonna keep going. So hopefully you guys will kind of enjoy it, and you guys will like it. Hopefully you guys been getting out, getting active. It's definitely pretty hard to do with all this going on, but gotta make the most of it. Gotta make the most of your time, and gotta keep going. Gotta keep pushing through it. So hopefully you guys will have fun with it. Hopefully you guys will make the most of it, getting outside, exercising, walking around, running, jogging, bicycle rides, whatever you guys could do. You see everyone outside lately, the more and more the weather warms up, the more people that are getting outside and really trying to take advantage of this. So it's definitely a nice little thing. It's pretty cool that this has all been going on, and all in all, it's hopefully you guys been enjoying it. I know it was hard at first, but hopefully you guys were able to push through it and kind of make the most of it. So hopefully you guys will like it. So I'm gonna do a nice little word game today, and we'll hopefully you guys will like it. We'll take it from there, see how it goes, see what you guys think, what you guys like, how you like to do it. So different things like that. We'll try and see what's going on, what you guys want to do, and what you guys think about it. So we'll keep going. We'll go on to another letter. I was thinking maybe today we'll do. What do you guys want to do? You guys have any suggestions? Do you have anything from the peanut gallery out there that might wanna try something? That might wanna do something different? But we'll do guess the word, or how many words can you think of that begin with the letter M. But we'll do a couple different things like that. So give you guys some hints. Hopefully you guys will like them. Maybe put a smile on your face or something, or just having some fun with it. So we'll see what you guys think. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So I figured we've been going kind of down the list, and we've been doing a bunch of different words, bunch of different things, but I know you guys been liking the word games here and there. I know there's different things like that. We like to keep your jogging your memory, keep going with that, and try different things to make sure you guys are still thinking, still using it, and not going to lose it. So that's a very important thing. You guys got to remember. You got to keep using everything you got, and it's not always a bad thing. The more you're able to do, the better off. The more you could push through, and everything's a mind game. So if you think you can do it, you probably can. Or I shouldn't even say probably, because you definitely can. And a lot of times that's what happens with people. They don't always think they can do it, so they tend to kind of shut down a little bit, and it's not what you guys want. In this hard time, we want to have positive attitudes and great things ahead of us. So you got to keep hoping for the best and know that we're going to get through it. So hopefully you guys will like it. So let's see. What do you guys want to try? We'll try words that begin with the letter M. I don't think it should be too bad. I think you guys know a lot of them. We'll kind of go right down the list with the words that I found for you guys. So let's see. We're going to start off a little bit easier, and I know we could do some two-letter words, but I figured for some of the words I found, it's going to be a little bit harder to describe, so we'll work our way on to three-letter words. So we'll start off with some of those and see what you guys think, and keep going with it. So I got a three-letter word that I found for you guys. Starts with the letter M. So I'm already giving you one letter away. That's almost quarter of the word right there. More than. So, 3 letters. Let's see. Starts with the letter M. I know there's a company that makes tools. Tools. It's a very heavy duty tool set. And I bet a lot of the men out there would definitely know what they are. Um, so they're usually guaranteed for life. They're very expensive, and they're great quality tools. So I bet a lot of people still have them. They've been around for a long time, and they'll probably be around for even longer. We'll keep going with it. So that was just one thing that I thought of with it. Another way to go about it is sometimes you could call like a truck, one of these trucks that you might see like on the parkway. These big 16 wheelers, you might call them a blank truck. That's another way to go about it. And those hints might have been a little bit harder, but we'll keep going. So there's a food as well that would go along with it, and I bet you guys could think of it pretty easy. So a lot of cheese. There's a lot of cheese in this, and it's kind of in the name as well. So hopefully I didn't give it away with that, but you might know it. Many different things to go about it, and it's kind of like a word that's short for another very big, I guess, Italian food, Italian dish, kind of like salad. You can make it into salad. Many different things you could do with it, but that might be for later on. So, what do you guys think? Any input? Any feedback back from that one? So let's see. Mm, what do you guys think? Anything? Very good. So mac. I was thinking of like something like mac and cheese. They also make Mac tools, which are very good and very strong tools. But we'll keep going. So, hmm, there's a good one. Uh, so the definition that they gave me for it was insane. I don't think that's very good definition for it. There's many different ways to go about it. A lot of times, I want to say, you might get under somebody's skin and you might make them very what? And that's kind of a good way to describe it, I would say. Sometimes people, when they get very frustrated, it might be another word for that. Or many different ways to go about it. So, like a lot of times with the spouses, they'll do it intentionally to each other. Other times you might have like the kids in the family that might try to make each other jealous, or another word for that might be something that I'm looking for. Many different ways to go about it, many different ways to explain it. But what do you guys think from those? What do you guys think? So if you're trying to get under somebody's skin, you're trying to make them what? Good job. You're trying to get them mad. You're trying to make them mad. Um, Many different ways to explain it, but I thought since we do live in New York, it's pretty funny because a lot of people are always in a rush. Everyone's always mad, it seems like, right? Like I know a lot of times people aren't going into the city very much now, but if you ever go into the city, people aren't as friendly as you would expect or as you might see in other places. So it's very funny to see that. And being from New York, you don't really take it into account until you go into like another state or another place, for instance. And the people are so willing to help. They're so kind. They're so forgiving. Everybody's just it's a different atmosphere. So I thought that might be a good one for New York because of all of that. So what do you guys think? Pretty funny. I know I've been into the city, and a lot of times like you keep walking. Like no one stops, no one helps, and I guess that's why you see like a lot of the poverty and a lot of the homeless people there as well, because people just kind of keep walking. They just go right past and they don't even kind of think twice. And I don't know if you ever asked anyone for directions in the city, but it's almost kind of the same thing where you'll have a dozen people walk past you, but you might have to keep going, and that 13th person kind of might stop and talk to you. But you know what? It's pretty funny how it goes, and I guess the biggest part about New York with it is that there's so much traffic. So no matter where you live in New York, or even if you don't live in New York, a lot of people work in New York. So it's very funny to see how much traffic we have all the time, and a lot of times traffic makes people very agitated, and another word for that could be like mad. It makes people very mad and frustrated, and carries out throughout the rest of the day. So thought that was kind of a funny little one for New York. People usually you see are always very mad. Not so much over here, but you get the gist of what I'm going with. So, hmm, hmm, what can I give you guys for this word? I don't want to give it away. Many different ways to go about it, but so a lot of times, what am I? Not a girl, not a female. What's another word for it? You could say boy compared to girl, but boy doesn't fit the scenario because it doesn't work with the letter M. Another way to say that might be you got go looking for a three-letter word, but we'll see what you guys can think. So what do you guys have up for it? You guys think of anything? So you could say I'm a man. Uh, you could say I'm with the men. There's many different ways to go about it. So many different words about that as well. And I bet a lot of you out there are men. So good word, not bad. So this is a good one. So bringing up New York and Long Island, it's very populated. There's a lot of people, and there's also a lot going on. There's a lot of um, different places. There's things open. I know it's not um, as open and as many people out always as say something like the city, but being in Long Island, there's still a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of ways to get a lot of different places. So that's another thing to take into account also. So although we do have so much traffic, with all the traffic going on, there's also a lot of like ways to get around it. So I know like a lot of times I would try taking the side streets instead of like the parkway if it's rush hour. And a lot of times it doesn't help you very much because of the stop signs. The side streets have a lot of stop signs, so it might take you just as long as that traffic would. And you know what? When you're taking the side streets, you don't always know where you're going. So this isn't where I was going with this, but it's a great way to lead into it. So when you're taking the side streets, I know like if I'm ever driving in the car with my mother, for instance, I'll be like, hey, just take the side streets or something. Like we're trying to avoid the traffic. Oh no, I don't know where it's gonna take me. So surely enough, I guess since I'm a little bit younger, I'm so used to having a phone on me all the time. And the first thing you do when you don't know where you are, you go right to what? If you're ever trying to find out where we have Apple and we have Google blank, and these things show us our location. They tell us where we are, and it's crazy because you used to have to take one of these out in the car, and you'd have to flip through it and try to figure out where you are on this piece of paper, and it would be pretty good, but all in all, you would have to keep getting newer and newer ones to keep updating yourselves on the newer places that either had just came, or newer things that were built, or newer landmarks, or whatever, and so have you. So if you gotta kind of look at one of these, I know a lot of times, for instance, like when I'm with my mom, or say I'm with somebody older in the car driving, they like to take the ways they know, that they know how to do, and it's a lot different, because they used to have to, before they would go somewhere, they would open up this big sheet of paper, and they'd almost draw out their destination on where they go. Nowadays, we go right into our phone, we go right to the app, we put in the location of where we want to go, and it brings us right there. It shows us the whole diagram quick enough. So that's why I'm able to kind of, oh, side streets, yep. Look, we'll take the thing out, we'll look at it, and all of a sudden we'll be back on our way in no time. So it's kind of funny, because a lot of times they didn't have those growing up like we did. So it's a much different scenario, much different. But what do you guys think? So when you need to find out where you're going, what do you look at? All right. So we have another way to explain it as well. If hmm, oh man. So a lot of times you might have those. A lot of times people might travel a lot. So if you're traveling a lot, you might get one of these, and it's pretty cool, because after each state or each country you've gone to, you're able to scratch away where you've gone, and it's on one of these pieces of paper, and it's pretty cool, because all in all, it shows you. It gives you like a little activity. It's kind of more so of like a kid's thing, but it's pretty cool, because you'll be able to hang it on your wall one day, and kind of just keep scraping off the places you've been. So uh, pretty cool. It's a cool thing if you travel a lot, but if you don't, it's not too cool. You're not going to scratch off a lot of them, but pretty cool. So what do you guys think? You guys know what I'm talking about? So exactly, I'm talking about a map. We have Apple Maps, we have Google Maps. Any phone you have is going to have a map right on it. It's going to have your location on it. It's going to be able to show you where you are currently, and how to get to where you want to go. So those are cool little things, and I know they've switched up a lot, and it's definitely been changing. Everything's been different, so definitely a cool little thing. So we'll keep going though. We'll get you guys a new word. So all right, so pretty cool. I know. Yeah, have you ever seen like the TV shows, or you might have known people in life, but I feel like I've seen them in a TV show. I haven't known anyone like this, but a lot of times they'll make a before they go buy something, they'll make a like a pro and a con chart of the item that they're going to buy, and they kind of show all the good things to look at from it, and all the negative things to look at from it. So so I was thinking of kind of like the graph, where you're gonna have the two different sides to it. And if you keep going with that, a lot of times people, for instance, will have like a say if you're cooking, say when you're cooking, if you're reading the recipe, a lot of times it'll tell you what temperature to set it to. But when you're cooking, you're able to do things kind of however you want, to your liking. So what's pretty cool about that is it's not like baking, where you have to kind of, it's this way or the highway, and it's not going to come out right. So with when saying that, normally when cooking, you kind of, they'll give you like a roundabout, or um, like kind of like the most and the least amount of heat that you could put in that. What are two other words to describe that? So I use the most and the least. Um, Give me two other words that would work for those. So I know for the most, another way to say that is say if you go into a restaurant, they might have that capacity chart somewhere, or any public place that you go into. But a lot of times they might have it on the wall and they'll say, this place has a blank capacity of 200, let's just say. Do you guys know what I'm thinking of? So you might have a max. You might have a max of 200. Yes, you are correct. So a max of 200. Now it's a complete opposite. You might not see them as much, but let's just say we're talking about a business. So if you're talking about a business and you're going to say, I need at least $1,000 income a week. How do you think about that? What's another way to phrase that? Or how else might you say that? So I was thinking, instead of saying at least, you need it's a little bit longer of a word, all in all. But they use it in short, and it could still be a three-letter word. So normally these go hand in hand. So you're going to have a max and a min. Max and a min. And min is usually short for minimum or minimal, different things like that. So you're going to need a minimal of $1,000 a week to kind of stay afloat. So pretty good. Now, since we were still on the topic of kind of cooking and restaurants, it got me thinking about this. A lot of times they throw a whole bunch of things in a bowl. And when they throw all these things in a bowl, what are they doing to them? They're crushing them together, they're splatting them, they're squishing them, and they're really what? Them together. So another way to think about this is, say you guys are making like a drink. So I got a drink right here. So I got a drink right here. Say I have iced tea in the cup. I got water in it for now. But let's just say I have iced tea in the cup. Now, iced tea is made with what? Water, ice, and tea. Something like that. But all in all, there's many different ways to make it. A lot of times when you're making iced tea, it's normally going to be like a type of powder or some type of solution that you're going to be able to kind of mix in to the water. And I said the word because I was looking for the word mix. But a lot of times you might have like a mixture, or iced tea is mixed together where you don't want to drink it when you just pour the sugar in. You want to be able to, it's gonna be 1 cup of all sugar and the other cup of all water. So it's not gonna taste good. It's not gonna be good for you. But another word to think of. Pretty cool. So what was, I got another one for you. So we had a holiday that just passed pretty recently. Do you guys happen to know what it was? Not a big or traditional kind of holiday, but it's definitely not one you'll get off of work from, but it's definitely one that you should celebrate with a special someone. So what do you guys think? It just passed a couple weeks ago. I couldn't even tell you how many, but maybe about a month ago. What do you guys think? So normally you have two parents, and you have a father, and you have a blank, and each one of them kind of gets their own holiday in a way. And I was gonna see if you guys knew what it was. So a lot of times you might have like they might call it Dad's Day or Father's Day. And sometimes they like to do something special because a lot of times the moms do the most amount of work. So that's what I was looking for, Mom or Mother's Day or anything along the lines of that. So not too bad. I know it just passed. I hope all you guys appreciated your mother and made sure that your wives were very happy and um, the mother to your children and everyone like that. So hopefully everyone was good and everyone had a fun time. And I know the next one's coming up pretty soon. We're having Father's Day shortly, so that's gonna be the next one. So let's see. Hmm. What's what's a good word? All right. So I like this word because I know it's something that everyone would probably want to have, and most people don't have this. I think there's very few that do. Eh, but pretty cool. So it's usually something when you have a whole lot of money, and you usually have somebody kind of uh, you have somebody you almost want to say kind of waiting on you or cleaning up for you. So it's pretty cool little thing. A lot of times you might also see them in like a hotel. They might clean the room for you. You might have different experiences with them like that. I know it's something that everyone kind of would love to have. They'd love to make a mess and never have to worry about it and have somebody clean it up for them. But realistically, that's not always capable. A lot of people, they make up a mess, they have to clean it up themselves. It's kind of how things go. I mean, a lot of times, but there are some people that don't have to. And definitely a lot of times when you're going to a restaurant, uh, they'll clean up for you, or not even a restaurant, a hotel or something along the lines of that. They'll normally do like the housekeeping or the room service or different things like that. What do you guys think? Very good, yes. Everyone would love to have a maid. A maid is a pretty cool little thing. I don't believe most people have a maid kind of waiting on them to do what they need, but definitely be a cool thing to have. I think you get so used to not doing everything yourself, so it would be weird to have somebody waiting on you like that. But I don't know, just me. So let's we're coming pretty close to our time. So let's get us one more good word. Maybe I'll give you two, cause I just saw another one that it kind of made me laugh. I was looking for a good one for you guys, but it's something we need to wear every time we go out now. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Still shoes, still pants. Shirts are optional somewhere, but usually you have to have one of those too. Hats aren't necessary, no, but this is usually necessary. When you're going out in public, you don't want to get near anyone and different things like that. So, what's the one thing you can't forget when you go out now? Very good. I think is that a good way to end it off for you guys? It's kind of crazy because there used to be a million things you wouldn't be able to leave your house without, whether it was your wallet or your phone or your charger. Nowadays, you have to make sure you always are walking around with one. You always have one on you, and a couple different things like that. So it's pretty crazy to think about that. So you're right. You always have to have a mask with you, no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing. You always have to have a mask. I believe they put it into effect where it was kind of like a law where you had to have one or you had to be wearing one in public and whatnot. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But pretty crazy little thing that now if you're going out or if you've been out or if you do anything, it's mandatory to wear a mask. So hopefully everyone's been doing it and everyone stays safe. I know I've had to turn around, come back home and grab mine a couple times. So hopefully everyone's staying safe, everyone's doing good out there, and have fun. We'll see you next week. So thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully it was a fun little time with Steven today, and we'll get back with you next week. And we'll see you. What is it? Saturday? We'll see you Saturday for another cooking tutorial. So we'll see you then. Thank you guys. Have fun and stay safe. If you need anything, please let us know. We're here for you. Thank you guys. Bye bye.